Hi, good afternoon. Bismillahi wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. And coming few minutes, I will be with you and we'll go through my recent resume in the last 32 or maybe 34 years and what I have achieved and what I will be able to achieve that it will be illustrated through the coming few slides. Welcome aboard. My name is Ahmed Elmutasim and I'm the President CEO of Tasmania's International for Sustainable Development Company Limited. It's located in Khartoum, Sudan. This will be where the company located, my email, my telephone, and my social media, Twitter, and my websites, LinkedIn account, and Instagram, and the Facebook. So this is the communication part where you can find me and where you can find my social media. This is my education of B.Sc in Civil Engineering from University of Khartoum, Sudan, 1983 to 1988. So ever after I was having a field experience. Well, actually, what I'm going to explain is over here. I'm an engineer, that's an entrepreneur as well, graduated from University of Khartoum, Sudan, 1988, ever after went to America, and then come back, join the oil industry for a while, and then I went to Saudi Arabia and I worked for Saudi Aramco project through a company called Hadada. So whereas in Hadada, I had managed to go through different positions, starting from sales, and then proposals, and then to the site, and then project management, and then marketing. So I get a holistic idea about how can you form and work and deliver the project. And then after that, I came to Sudan and I joined the projects through all over Sudan, and I work in Republic of Residencies and there and through the Eastern Redevelopment Fund, where we had encountered several working with UNDP's United Nations and trying to solicit funds for Sudan. And then ever after I joined the NCR and we formed we formed a fund in the National Research Centers, whereas we try to market and convert all the researchers into wealth. But this project didn't go smooth, but where I managed to get my company established with Tasmania's International for Sustainable Developments. We start working and trying to allocate fund, and together with our NGO that we already established there, and try to work together to get the fund and to get projects, and then we diversified into solar system, and we try to do a lot of work regarding several projects in solar industry. So we work in agriculture, we work in irrigations, and we work in developing and delivering a solar system for housing, commercials, and commercial buildings and offices and these type of things. So it is a kind of the experience I had is from the field. But lately, the last 5 years, I was heavily involved in the digital transformation, so working and having training seminars where I've attended online with Harvard and MIT and other United States research centers and institutions, where I managed to grab a huge experience that allowed me to get to know these components from artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and augmented reality and virtual reality, and digital twins, which I think it's a game changer that will allow us to do a lot of things and make our reality, make our dream real. That we will be able to have a feasibility studies as on project. So until that this we can materialize our feasibility studies before even we start execution of the project. So this is at least about me. So you will find in the experience there's two parts. The first part, that's where I managed to get engaged with international customers, international institutions, where I managed to grab my an energy stone experience in disruptive technology. And then you will see the field parts where we get involved in solar and try to sell part of these disruptive in our country here. There's more in outside. So and then I will let part of my release will I'll go through that what I've accomplished and Hadada there, and whereas I managed to grab a huge experience, and I think that's made me, and maybe establish a foundation, very strong foundation for what I'm having now. So let's start and roll the ball, as they say. So this is I attended, as I said, several United States of America conferences, seminars, webinars, courses in digital transformations, all Industry 4.0 components, marketing, and also in sales and project management, engineering, planning, quality, and business development. So that's also having computer skill awareness of programming for AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, digital twin using Pythons, IoT, Internet of Things, virtual reality, and augmented reality, cloud computing, Staad III programming, Microsoft Office, Microsoft Private Schedule, and a good programming analytical skill. I think Microsoft is Private Schedule is inclusive in the Microsoft Office, but so I just split up. And what as they say, my favorite wisdom was lesson, and they say that a company will realize you do it by the value you bring into the table and your contribution to that role. So I'm looking forward to have this opportunity to prove it for everybody that's going to start working for that and do something. This is a brief about what I've been doing, bringing over 30 years of experience of engineering, business development, sales, marketing, research, project management, planning, and preparation and execution and commissioning through and from United States of Arabia, Saudi Arabia, Sudan, and lately and through the last 5 years, an online experience among and with international cooperation, research institutions, and international NGOs, agencies that allow me to acquire and form a savvy, innovative, bilingual, multilingual, C-level executives with experience leading organization by providing expert business and transformation services and cutting-edge technology solutions for multiple corporate and also an ability to streamline organization production through restructuring of policy and procedures, operation, finance, and customer service, rating, and team productivity. Maintain an uncompromising focus on high quality standards and bottom line profit improvement, excel attaining under production businesses and work efficiencies and compete in further markets. So that's and having a very strong awareness of Industry 4.0 contents and pillars, AI, machine learning, deep learning, as I expressed. Well, this is part of the things that's in my tools that I'm using. I'll be using artificial intelligence, digital twins. This is the most essential part. of these tools that will allow us to accomplish a lot. And then we will be going through my experience now. I'm going to speak a little bit of the core competence what I've been having as a multi-unit operation maintenance, information technology, advanced human resources management, revenue generation, physical accountability, profit and loss management, venture capital training development, global business expansion, corporate acquisition, business development, organization change, client acquisition. All this is a core competence that's I have acquired, and I'm managed to do that through mingling in online and having all these components of Industry 4.0 that's allow us to go all over and start to materialize this online. So now we will go through the professional experience working for my company, this means International for Sustainable Development Company. I'm the president and CEO, and we're located in Khartoum, Sudan. And this is from 2008 up to now. 2008 at the time when I came from Saudi Arabia and situated in Sudan, and went over 3 different positions, working for the fund, working for public residencies, and working for my company at that. After working also for the NCRs, I've led the company in twofold approaches, as explained. First, by providing client management and consultation business to achieve positive earning, delivering improvements by implementing meaningful and worth-free creating earnings ever after. That really allows to achieve a lot, and revamp management personnel, acquiring a new team, award-winning managers with proven records of delivering sustained growth while challenging staff to exceed corporate expectations. This is all being done through online, and led and motivated key management teams to peak levels of performance, consistency development, their coaches and leadership skill to increase overall productivity level. Savvy experience, money to be grabbed through learning online, and then disseminate these informations by also working online. This is the game-changing issue. Before we have to be face to face, but now job is different. Everything is different. You can work, you can perform, you can disseminate, you can even implement everything online. Now things is changing. For example, now by this is forecasting maintenance using AI, using digital tools. You can even do the operation and maintenance online. You don't even to go to the site. The new machines have design capability that will allow you to reach these machines online, working remotely, because they have actuators, they have things that will allow you to communicate with. So you will fix the problem even if you are away, and even you will this what I'm expecting now. People that are working in very essential part, that they will be having a report along with these machines, so you will be having an access to this report, and this report will be able to fix the problem. So you don't need even to have real people or real laborers or real engineers to go to site to fix these things. A lot of companies like ABB, like Siemens, have developed special programs to allow you this. This is you can't feel it unless you see. You see things that now is different. Everything that could be designed, it could be maintained, it could be operated online. So money, technology, operation, budget, staff effort, coordination, consulted executive committees and senior management team to review, evaluate, plan corporate-wide strategies and organization initiatives to continually grow the business. This is online. Really, you can do it, and we can do it, and we can prove it. That by the time we have an opportunity to communicate with you. So led a comprehensive by researching new market, demographic and return on investment to success of a business model. Ensure rapid and efficient economic delivery of all the payments. Well, spearheaded the development of robust IT infrastructure by providing guidance to acquire all the hardware and software and Industry 4.0 component needed to achieve a smooth digital transformation to make necessary leap and ultimately business digital transformation. Second, the second part of my work has we've been mingling from this and on and off. Second, consulting, the consulting and contracting and provision of turnkey projects, services, or small to medium solar power system, mainly off-grid type of project as well. And also we tried to work on a big project, but still in business stages. So, second, consultants and contracting to provision of turnkey project for small to medium solar power system, mainly off-grid type of project as well. Plan, design, supply, execute, commissioning. Okay. So, like in this project is Niala, it's 10 megawatts solar power plant for Sudanese thermal power generation. I actually marketed this project long way in 2014 and tried to get a fund for it. But unfortunately, that project was put on hold, and later it's been split into 5 megawatt. That's been done in Darfur, and then the other 5 supposed to be done in Niala. But still, even the one that's been executed is not commissioned. But we have all the things that's supposed to perform the project. The scope of work was the provision of finance, studies, design, engineering, construction, permitting, insurance, and procurement, manufacturing, factories testing, transport to site, and logistic erection, construction commissioning, performance testing, site investigation, operation and management during the first 730 days. So this is mainly this is a photovoltaic plant. This is a technology, and then it's a crystalline belonging to tier 1. This is a model, and the structure is ground mounted fixed tilt and maximum installed capacity is 10 megawatt, but I've told you that's only 5 being done in Darfur, and the other 5 is not yet. So the area was around 953,000 meters square, and it is the inverters is a string inverters in connection to the isolated grid and the existing distribution poles. Status, as I told you, is going to Techno company. 5 has been done, and other 5 is still on hold. So my professional experience continues. This is a 600 watt parking station for Sudan Oil Company. This is under bidding. Somebody just sent me this project and tried to locate a contractor that could do this work, and is still under bidding stages, that even not being delivered the whole bit. This Ministry of Energy and Petroleum Sudan provision of detailed studies, design, engineering, construction, permitting, insurance, procurement, and manufacturing, factory testing, transport to site, and logistic erection, construction, commissioning, performance testing, site investigation, operational maintenance during the first 2 years for 600 kilowatt on-grid car park mounting solar PV plant project and the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum in Sudan, in Khartoum, Sudan. So it's technology as it's photovoltaic, and it could be also using same other issues. And the state is still bidding. So that's one thing. So other projects that we executed is design, supply, execution, commissioning of from 5 megawatt or 3 megawatt. 3 kilowatt to up to 150 kilowatt system of housing and companies agriculture irrigation projects. So the type of projects is really available. Sudan is still in administration, working with solar system. So it's in two parts: irrigation and housing commercial. Housing commercial is from 5 megawatt, maybe 3 kilowatt, up to maybe 50 kilowatt. For the irrigation system, this for the pump, to get the water, so we can go up to 150 kilowatt, maybe 200 kilowatt. And this is another sector. So there is a requirement for this in order to do it. So you have to design solar power, the solar panels, and the inverters for the special requirements for the pump that's supposed to draw the water from the well. So the first thing you need to do is geotechnical analysis to get to know the level of the water and the well, and then excavate the well, drill the well. And after you get to know where is exactly the water, then you will be able, and the amount of water required, meter cube for a certain time, maybe according, you can design this. So according to the requirement of the water and the level and availability of the water, then we will be able to manage to design the solar panel inverter, and accordingly you can size the pump that's required. So you size the pump, and then accordingly you will design the solar panel and inverters and do the whole connection. So we've been doing this for several work and along the suburb of Khartoum and around Sudan. And the other issue is just to provide this system, commercial off-grid solar system, and that is mainly as you design according to the requirement of each commercial building, of each housing, according to the capacity being really wanted, and according to the devices that's going to be installed. So we get to know the customer requirement, and according to we're going to resize. We're going to size our inverter and solar panels and the protection systems, all the protection systems, including the wiring and distribution port, and put the whole thing together. We've done several projects and regarding it, we're very expert in that. And this is part of the other part of it, Tasmania as well. So whereas in Hadada company in Saudi Arabia, that was from 1998 to 2008. This was, the Hadada area is great because it's managed to go through all the requirement of the project. Starting from planning, bidding, planning, design, bidding, and execution, and delivery and commissioning. And that was a really unique experience. Whereas as Hadada, I contributed to drive the company growth and contribute generously to place it as a major player and a provider of innovative steel products for all kind of construction industry projects, such as in oil, petrochemical, power generation, transmission, and distributions, refineries, and buildings, factories, airports. Main scope are, but not limited to, supply, construct, and commission of heavy, medium, and light steel structure, soy tank, heater, grating, overhead transmission line poles, and other steel products, where about in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, GCC, even America, and worldwide. A very unique experience, because we started working for sales in Hadada as 2 billion Saudi riyal. I told them, I contributed to place it in that manner. Yes, I mean it. I was not in the board of directors, but I was one of those soldiers who contributed to the growth of Hadada, working in several positions. So that's really made Hadada unique and different. Started in sales, grabbing the projects, preparing, from the time you get the inquiry, and even sometimes we work as a marketer to bring the inquiry. So our first work was both marketing and sales. So we got the project, and then we start and read and study it, and then distribute it to different departments, and Hidada, engineering, okay, operation, planning, and finance. Whereas every department has to study the project and the query requirements, send us this feedback, and then I gather it and classify it and send it to our estimation department, where they estimate the exact requirement for the project, the steel, and then according to it, it's come back to me, and then I price it, and then I prepare the offer, I send it, and just go after the customer till I get the project and kick it off to the project manager. That was a huge work. You manage to know all the projects requirements, and after that, when I worked for a while, well, I get to know all the EPC contractors that involve working for these customers. Especially we work for Aramco, so we take our consideration under the steel packages, which is under the civil work. The EPC contractors of Saudi Aramco, they took the whole project, executed. It's a civil work, mechanical, electrical, instrumentations, and the technology part. So we are one of those soldiers who belong to the civil part, not the steel part. Which is, when you're talking about the petrochemical plants, it's like that. Civil work, which is composed of civil, and that's steel part, if there is any other requirements. And then the electrical, instrumentation, and mechanical, and if there is any technology accompanying to it, and then they grab the whole thing and do the project. This is EPC. So we go through there. So our part was to do that package. This allows us to know a lot of EPC contractors around the world, and we did this for companies, even for international companies, electrical companies in Arabia, many other companies around the Mediterranean, and the Middle East and Africa. And I remember, I'm remembering one of those stories that really feel good and feel great when I tell them. For example, we supplied about 90,000 metric tons of steel to Pasadena, California. Okay, and one of those things that was very amazed, the beam for the Pasadena, power plant at California, it was 90 meter tall and 3 meter depth. Imagine, while dispatching this and Jeddah Islamic Port, and it was written and engraved on the steel made in Saudi Arabia, dispatching to 3 meter high beam with 90 meter tall. This was great. I feel so good, so proud, Hidada has done that work. Beautiful work, great work. And other issues, when we partnered with ABB and tried to do the work for Marawi in Sudan. It's my country, Sudan. I came to Sudan here, and we go through with ABB. We visited Marawi, and we know all the components. Our part was to supply and construct the overhead transmission line from Port Sudan to Adbara, Marawi, and then from Adbara to Khartoum, and then from Marawi to Dongla. That was a huge work. So we went all through the routes, and we get the requirements. We grabbed, the subcontractors, and we met them. But unfortunately, it went to Harbin Power Company. It's a Chinese company, so we executed the whole thing. But we were not there. But we know the know-how. We know how to do it. We did for other things. We in Algeria and Egypt, we provide overhead transmission line. So we work in different countries. Being working for Hidada is something special. Remember also, this story, it's worth to tell. Actually, it's worth to tell. Why? Because it's a history. For example, the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Abdullah al-Farahman Tunzul Alayh, he ordered Saudi Aramco to build additional capacity so as to accommodate benzene 91. At that time, there was benzene 95. So a little bit expensive, and he want to reduce the prices of the gas for those people who cannot afford it. So he requested to build additional capacity for benzene 91, okay, or gas 91, okay. So we had to go and build that in very short time. I remember I was responsible of building 2 tanks, 45,000, 150,000 barrel, which is 45 meter dia and 15 meter high pontoons, like floating roofs. And we have to do 2 total of these tanks in Jeddah, and I have to do another 2 in Abha and Jizan. And that was a great work, and starting from scratch, like doing the annual plate, lay the annual plate, putting the, these. So of course we fabricated, and then we laid the bending plates, and starting building the whole thing, welding the tanks, putting the roof, and putting the instrumentation part. And the thing that I would like to tell is, when I came for the hydro test, of course you cannot deliver the tank unless you hydro test it. You make sure it can operate safely when you fill it with the required products. So the problem is, there's scarcity of water in Jeddah, and that was in Jeddah refinery. So if you would like to take 150,000 barrels of water and you just fill the tank and then you dispose it off, that's also a real problem, because there is no water actually with that. There is a scarcity of water at this time. So what we did, we tried to make an approval from the customer service division in Aramco. And I remember we went, me and Saeed Al-Rahtani, the project in charge of the project from Aramco, and we had to convince him that the main problem is he was worried about is to develop, these algae due to the duration of the water in the tank. So we convinced that we are going to control it. We're going to make sure that the water will be pumped in a very responsible manner and steady. It's not going to make any turbulence, and the duration will not be that much. And we inform him that it won't take more than 15 days for the whole thing, filling it up and then discharging it. And we told him, we give him a safe plan of the discharging, take him from the sea and discharge into the sea using our own pump. We have our own pipes. So at the end we managed to get the approval. And since then there was we paved the way for the other contractor to use the seawater for the hydro test. Before it was forbidden. Saudi Aramco, it has a customer service division in Dammam and in Khobar, and they were not allowing this because of, I've told you, the algae and turbulence that might affect the performance and safety and quality of the tanks. So we managed to do it, and that's worth to be mentioning. It was a history. It was great. I will never forget those people that worked with me, Mohandes Bahatab, Mohandes Ahmed, Saeed Al-Rahtani from Aramco. That was good and great time. Experience Hassan and Has. It's a great time. So that was one of these stories that will not, when we come, we bring in Hidada project and what we have accomplished all over. I'm still having the list of the projects that contributed to the growth of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So like big Hawiya, we've supplied the tanks for it. And all these mega gas projects that requiring tanks, requiring steel, and refineries, petrochemical, Hidada was there, contributed heavily. Okay, and we were the soldier behind Hidada to do that. So we grabbed a great experience, and we enjoyed the time, the momentum, working with all these EPC contractors from all over the world, Berkeley, ABB, Toyo from Japan, you name it. Most of the EPC contractors that's involved in the business of construction that work with Saudi Aramco, we had we touched base with them. What a great time! So salute in Hadada. I don't know, it's been 10 years, maybe I've been 14 years since I left Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. But you know, like I don't know how it's doing, Hadada, what it's doing, but it is great company. It was a great company. Yeah. And ever after working for Hadada company, I had held the following position at Hadada, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. I told you what I've done there, but let me, you know, like franchise it. I mean, not franchise it, I mean, slice it. So I work in, this is the last position I hold. When I left, this was marketing manager. I left in 2008 from Hadada. Allocated managed market growth and contributed to 2 billion Saudi riyal worth of industry. Hadada main annual sales of engineering for refineries, petrochemical plant, desalination plant, dams, steel bridges, cement plant, residential and commercial buildings. My day, and when I was working in Hadada and that marketing, it was very special and unique because you know, you have contacts with all these contractors, EPCs, and the managerial side, the soft side. So we were having knowledge of all the available opportunities and projects in the Middle East. You know, we have our own marketing systems, our marketing intelligence. So we start to follow the project since its birth, from you know, the planning stage, going through engineering, going through the design, going through the bidding. So at the time, you know, before the bidding, we start qualify our company with the client, because the project, it has two sides: the client side, the customer side. Customers is a B.Sc contracts. The client side, the project is belonging into him. So most of these companies, that's as a clientele, you know, they have to give approval to the EPC travel, which subcontractors or that they're supposed to use in their project. So we start, and for example, if the project is belonging to SAFCO, I remember I followed this. I went even to Germany for this project, and that was for certain products. It's for urea. So I went to SAFCO and qualified. Our company, I found it already qualified, but I need to regenerate that things, make sure that they were going to approve us, and just say Hadada will be one of the suppliers. And then we went to Cropolisis and Cropolisis, Crobuda. That was the company that's supposed to do this project. I went to Germany and I met them. It was very nice, great guys. And, you know, like this is the type of things, you know, you get involved since the planning, and then go into the bidding. And then from the bidding, you're going to start working with the EPC contractors, and then you get the inquiry, you manage to, you know, convince him, and then you price it. I told you how you do pricing. You know, the pricing was really something special, you know, in Hadada, because you take the inquiry and just what do? You analyze it, and then you give it to every department. We have the finance department. Yaqub Musani, one of those great finance vice president in Hadada, says, you know, when the project comes to him, as just make it into pieces, you know, it comes to you very clear, crystal, you know, what you're going to learn from all aspects. And then you take it to planning and operation, Sheikh Farid, great guys, and then take it to the engineering, programming. That's what's, it's an era, you know, that's engineering part, and then they analyze it, they give you the fruits, and then you grab it, you take it to the estimation, they take it and then analyze it, oh my God, and they give you the fruits, and then you start making the offer and send it, and, you know, follow the project till you get it, and then kick it off to project management. That was a hell of a story. That's what we did for all this. This is what I did. Then when I say I contribute to the growth, and, you know, and this, I mean it, because we were there. We are the breath. Okay, you don't need to be in the board of directors in order to contribute to their success. You just follow the stream. Everybody, it's a teamwork. I work in sales, I do my part. They work in engineering, so all of us or works me. So I managed, or I learned the teamwork from Hidar. So this was first thing that made us. And then these type of projects, you know how to do it. Khalas. By the time you done all these type of things, work and experience, you can put it and fold it in virtual. And so when I get the disruptive technology and been introduced to online the last 5 years, it was very easy, to visualize and put things together, and apply these disruptive from AI to the machine learning, deep learning, especially digital twins, and try to put the project into virtual. Again, it's the reality. Digital twin has something unbelievable. It's a game changer. If you have a feasibility studies, you're gonna do it, okay, in virtual. In khayal, and let the project work and control the uncontrollable variables. Every project has a variables. Labors, materials. This is controllable. Sometimes you need to change the numbers, change the quantity. But sometimes, temperature and humidity, things that you cannot control easy. And this will contribute to the final product. So imagine you have a program that will allow you, to calculate all these, the operation, the process, okay, and end up with the product, quantity, the final product. So you will know your revenue. You will know if you are in a profit or you are in loss. So if you are in profit, it's okay, optimize it. If you're in loss, then you will start digging from the beginning. You have the factors, you manage it, you play with these variables till you get the things done. It's going to change everything, because you're gonna do this for every product of every project you've been working on, and so you will be able to figure out from the beginning, before you put a single penny of the project, or you just a single excavation on the project, that if you are going to win, if you are going to have a successful, profitable project or not. And this is, I always tell this, the reconnaissance down for Ethiopia. I think we have a little danger from it, that might be exploding. I told them, why don't you make a digital twin model for the tank, so you will be able to figure out, the variable forces, okay, that acting due to different climate change forces that work in different stages. So you will be able to figure out exactly how these forces will contribute to the performance of the dam, because the dam is being designed according to certain forces. But hey, sometimes the climate change, will bring you some unbelievable forces, might exceed these forces, and if it's going to be applied, it will put the body of the dam in danger. So you will be knowing, by putting these forces, and then you will end up to know if the dam in danger or not, because the extremity of it, because you have this model. All you need is just to change the variable things. You change the forces and you change the variable, so you get the new forces, and you will be knowing if this force is going to put the tank and let the tank hold itself or not. So if it's not, then you have to evacuate the people. You have to do something very quickly. So you will be able, in this forecasting in a real manner that will let you avoid a disaster. So digital twin here in this part is helping a lot. Let you know if you will be in danger, if you're going to be safe, if you're going to be profitable, because you're in the product before you start the project. This is what been working. Yeah, I just went so on this because it's really sweet and it's really wonderful. So From 2005 to 2007, I was a project manager, as I told you, site managers, where I executed SAFRA projects. There was 2 SAFRA projects there for Khartoum, for our same group, SAFRA company. We have executed, and we had executed at that time. And then I worked as a proposal marketing engineer, and that was for the Marawi Dam, what I told you about. And then at the end, 2002, 2004, that was I sold the proposal, and then 1998 to 2002, sales engineer was the basics. Marketing sold Hidada main products. That was the basics experience, and from there I went over proposals, project management side, and then marketing at the end. So other positions I had held in Sudan and outside Sudan. 1996 to 1997, assistant professor at the university, whereas I taught the students, and still my students now are working in oil industry, even holding big positions. I taught them the mechanical engineering drawing, structural engineering drawing, structural engineering courses. And then 1995, 1997, general manager my own company, just trading and contracting. And then 1993 to 1994, municipality engineering. It's municipality. It's a Ministry of Engineering Affairs, Battery Province. And Sudan was working as arranging and the investment as well, responsible of the approving and the building permits, and this is the work of municipality issues. And then 1993, that was the real fame when I was working for oil industry. I attended the inception of the oil in Sudan. I was one of those people who first landed with State Petroleum in Hajli, but I never stayed long. But I attended the birth of the oil in Sudan. Okay, and after that, 1990, 1992, this is in Canada. I was working as a structural engineer, Cumming Coburn. It's a consulting engineering firm in Toronto, Canada. I have my basic engineering experience working for design of pre-stressed girder bridges, culvert, these municipality type of buildings. I'd like to thank you very much. Really, I'd like to thank you very much. سعدت جدا accompany you in this opportunity through my resume all over these 32 years, and give you the fruits of what I've done. And I'm sure that I will be able to do and perform great work for you if you ever allow me and have an opportunity to work for you for any kind of work, so as to contribute to your growth, if ever I manage to get a piece of that things. This is my card. I'm the President CEO of Tismanis International for Sustainable Development company in Khartoum, Sudan, and this is my contact details. Okay, email, website, and Facebook account, Twitter, and then my mobile as well. Thank you very much, and looking forward to hear from you.